Hey everybody, it's 8:30 and that means it's time for Cocktails in the War Room. Every night at 8:30 we meet right here on the Mistress Carrie Facebook page to congratulate each other for getting through another day of absolute total craziness and basically because, well, where the hell else are we gonna go? So thank you for hanging out with me every night at 8:30. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all of the tweets and all of the pictures that are getting tagged on Twitter and Instagram. I love the blueberry cobbler mentions that everybody keeps sending me as well. So if you're looking for me on Twitter, it's at Mistress Carrie. If you see blueberry cobbler anywhere on the menu, you got to take a picture and you got to tweet it to me. On Instagram as well, Mistress Carrie WAF. And if you're taking selfies of us together, I love the pictures when you've got me on one phone and you're taking pictures with the other. You got to make sure that you're tagging me and put the hashtag Cocktails in the War Room. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. It's a Saturday night social, and I am promising that tonight I'm going to be a happier person than I was last night. I definitely feel a lot better than I did last night. I had a really bad day yesterday and a couple of drinks in me, and somebody lit my fuse and I went off like a mother. But today, I'm feeling a lot better. I had a great day today. Actually, last night, when Cocktails in the War Room was over, I ended up in a Zoom chat with a bunch of my oldest friends in the world. And I know that this is something that we've talked about before, about how Zoom and FaceTime and all of these things are an unbelievable way for us to stay connected with friends. But it's also a great way for us to get reconnected with people that we've known for a long time that maybe live around the country and we don't get a chance to see all the time. And usually the group of friends that I was on the Zoom call with last night, we get together once a year to go to a football game. And these Zoom calls have been awesome because we actually are seeing each other more now since the lockdowns than we do normally, because we only kind of get all together in one place once a year. So it's been awesome. No, Tom, I'm not on Prozac. But last night when we got done, I finished that bottle of limoncello, by the way. I hit it hard last night and was up half the night just hanging out with my friends on Zoom and just really trying to just put things back in perspective. Exactly, Heinz. It's a new day. And when you have a bad day, you know, I had to look at it and just accept the fact that you're going to have shit days, and then to really just go, but was it really that shit of a day compared to some of the days that other people are having? Everyone in my family is healthy, besides my cousin who had to have surgery on his elbow and his foot that I told you guys about a few weeks ago. He's home and recovering, which is awesome. But as far as the virus goes, everyone is healthy, and there's food in the refrigerator, and Wednesday is great. And so in the grand scheme of things, Kevin, I am not on Prozac. In the grand scheme of things, I just had to just accept that, you know what, every once in a while, you're just going to have a bad day and you just got to have it. And then you got to get over it and you got to pick yourself back up and dust yourself off and go, okay, let's just have a better day tomorrow. And I went to bed really, really late. As you know, I've been battling with insomnia pretty severely. And I woke up this morning to a snuggling pug. If you go to her Instagram, which is Wednesday the Goth Pug on Instagram, she put a picture up like all nuzzled in my armpit. Yes, Wednesday posts her own Instagram. I don't know how she does it without thumbs, but she's a magical dog. And it was just really nice to wake up and to start my day with something positive that made me smile. And today was just a lot better of a day. I had a chance to connect with some friends and just spent some time doing some things around the house and tried really hard to ignore the friggin' snow. I don't know where you guys are all hanging out with me from. I mean, I'm here in my war room in Massachusetts. But do you want some Prozac? Joe says, no, I'm good. Thank you. But today in Massachusetts, it was cloudy, and then it rained, and then it got really windy, and then it got really cold, and then it snowed, and then the sun came out and it got warm, and then it got cloudy again, and then it snowed some more, and then it got windier, and then it snowed some more. I mean, it was biblical what was going on. And I know there were power outages today, and there's trees down, there are traffic lights out, and people are already driving like a-holes. And Vermont got 5 inches of snow, says Jerry. Carrie, exactly. Go home, winter, you're drunk. Yeah, it's May 9th. Can we have no more snow, please? Actually, Sully from Godsmack put up a really funny Instagram video of the snow flying past his windows of his house. And he was like, I gotta move. This shit sucks. Today in Florida, it was 80, says Eric. Well, thanks a lot, Eric. We all appreciate the support. Christine says, 80 in Florida, I don't miss the snow. The weather is on shuffle, says Deanna. Yeah, exactly. Mother Nature's the one that needs the Prozac. You were totally right, Suzanne. Absolutely. Tom says, today's weather was definitely fucked up. Yes, it was. Hey, Carrie, sorry I'm late, was doing dishes. Stephanie, prop me up on the counter and do the dishes and be productive while you're hanging out with me. That's totally fine. May 9th, that's my birthday, says Joseph. Well, Joseph, we might as well. I am warning you guys that I hit the limoncello so hard last night. I know it's not a mocktail Monday or a Temple Tuesday, but I'm giving my liver a little bit of break tonight because I was in rough shape this morning. Okay, so let's talk about birthdays. So Joseph's having his birthday. One of my favorite people in the world, my buddy Eddie, is I think watching this right now, and it's his birthday. So I would love it if you guys could also toast my buddy Eddie, because I have not been able to see him since the lockdown, and he is one of my faves. So happy birthday, Eddie. Don't worry, I'll sing to you before midnight and you'll hate it. Yes, Joe, it's a seltzer night, exactly. You guys share your birthdays with Billy Joel, which is pretty awesome. Tom Peterson from Cheap Trick, and also Dave Gahan from Depeche Mode. So those are all of the musicians you share your birthday with. So Joe wants to know how I slept. Once I finally got to sleep last night, I slept okay. But I still have not. It's the elusive 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep is pretty hard to come by. But I'm trying. So thank you guys for all the cheers for Eddie. Happy birthday, Eddie, from Auntie Jean. Thank you, Auntie Jean. So I know that, some nights are going to be better than others when it comes to sleep. It's very strange. The dreams that I have been having an overwhelming amount of work dreams. Now, it doesn't matter what you do for a living. You are always going to have work dreams where you dream that you're late for work, or you dream that you're screwing something up at work, or that something bad is happening and you're powerless to stop it at work. Like, everyone's had those work dreams. And when you work in radio, there's always the dead air dream, or there's always the running late dream or whatever. And I've been having this crazy amount of work dreams where I'm either working at the radio station or reliving the last week on the air, or Chris says, I'm a single dad of 3 young boys. What sleep? Exactly, Chris. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Michael. I love being here with you guys, and I'm glad you like hearing my gravelly voice every night at 8:30. But it's been really weird, and I know that a lot of the reason why I have insomnia is the same reason that a lot of other people aren't sleeping. You get laid off, and then a global pandemic hits, or a global pandemic hits, and then you get laid off. Either way, whatever the order those things happen in, you're bound to have interrupted sleep, which is exactly what's going on. So Michelle says, my dreams have been all ducked up. Autocorrect got you. At no time has anyone typed, my dreams have been all ducked up. I don't know why autocorrect just doesn't let us type the F word. Just let us say it, damn it. The dream of endless folding sweaters, says Tracy. If that's your work dream, yeah. And I hate to fold laundry. There are two things around the house that I despise more than anything. I don't mind doing dishes. I don't mind washing windows. I don't mind cleaning the floors. I absolutely hate cleaning the bathroom, which I have to do a lot because I'm either bleaching purple dye out of the tub or sweeping up purple hair that's all over the floor. And I hate folding laundry. I freaking hate those two things. So if I had to have a job where I had to fold clothes all day, no. Or be like the Roto-Rooter guy in the bathroom, like, no. Yeah, Eric says both of those happened at the same time for me. Booyah. Like, I got laid off about 2 weeks before the virus really hit. But some people, you know, the virus hit and you got laid off simultaneously. So Jeff says, I'm all ducked up. Monica says, ducky, ducky, duck. I know. I have no idea why autocorrect just, no one's ever said that, autocorrect. Like, stop correcting fuck for duck. Just stop it. None of us meant to say duck. Let's see. Remember being terrified of romaine lettuce? Oh, those were the good old days, says Tammy. I know. It's, oh, Laura, you love folding laundry? Oh, Suzanne says all housework bites it hard. 100%, but the folding clothes and the cleaning the bathroom, if there is a hell and I'm a shitty enough person to go there, that's what I'm going to be doing for eternity. Folding clothes in a dirty bathroom. Like, ugh, it would be terrible. I love doing laundry for a price. Well, there you go. That'll do it. I have 2 decks of cards. I'm trying to make a tower. Duck this, says Michelle. Lisa says, we need you back on the air. Trust me, I would love to be back on the air right now. I miss it so much that I'm dreaming about it almost every night. It's really weird. I have probably about once every couple of weeks a dream that I'm working in my grandfather's bakery from like when I was a kid. And then I dream about the radio station a lot. It's very strange. See, Sandy says I hate vacuuming. I actually don't mind vacuuming at all. I could come to your house and vacuum if you come to my house and clean the bathroom. Just bring a lot of bleach if you can find it because the tub is purple. Just warning you. Jillian says I work in retail. I'm used to folding. No, I would absolutely hate that. I find doing dishes very therapeutic, says Melissa. Carrie says dusting. Yeah. And I have a wood stove, which I lit today because it was so freaking cold outside that I'm burning wood in my house on May 9th. Because I don't want to turn the heat back on. Like, I thought that I turned the furnace off for good. And so I lit the wood stove. And it's nice and toasty warm, which is exactly where Wednesday is right now. Where's the pug? So cute, says Amy. She's laying in front of the wood stove right now because she's nice and warm right now. But I brought some toys in here to try and... So I brought her new monkey that she got yesterday in my post office box. See if we can entice her to get in here. Wednesday. And then I brought the Frisbee, her new Frisbee. And just in case none of that worked, I brought the fucking Stingray. Her dreaded birthday present from April. Here she comes. The friggin' Stingray. Do you want to come up on the couch with me? There's the Stingray and the monkey and the Frisbee. You gonna come up? She's thinking about it. She's getting ready to pounce. Come on, come and knock the pillows off. She's down there. Toys. Cassie says, I hate cooking. I love baking, but dislike cooking unless I want the dish. But see, I like cooking, but when you grow up in an Italian family, it's cooking is what you do when you're happy. It's what you do when you're sad. It's how you show love. It's what you do to decompress. It's how you handle stress. It's cooking is everything. So, oh, Eric noticed the Slipknot shirt. Hell yeah. I think I got this one this summer, actually. What? Come here. You hear? Come on. What's the matter? What is it? You're making everybody's dogs crazy every time I squeak the toys. What is it? Come here. I'm trying to lure her over here with the freaking stingray. Goodbye, pillows. Here she is. Come here. Come say hi to everybody. Say I woke up this morning, snuggled up with Mommy, and she had a great day, right? Right? Because you're a good doggy. You keep me company. Huh? Do you want to just be warm and hang out on my lap? Yeah, she was crying, Michelle, exactly, because she wanted to. You know what I think it is? Her freaking birthday balloon is still down there. I refuse to get rid of it because I blew it up, and I don't want to throw it out, and I think she's afraid of it because it's... Right? What are you doing? Yeah, I'll tell you. She hates the, thank you, baby girl. She hates the cold. So she was so snuggly this morning because it was so chilly. Right? Right? Oh, there she goes. There go the pillows. Oh, she's got the monkey biting it right in the face. And there go the squeakers. I apologize for sending your dogs into hysterics. What do you got? Do you want to play tug of war? Wednesday, someday we're going to look back at all these videos and we're going to laugh. All right, I'll play tug of war with you while I'm talking to everybody. Yeah, she grunts, she snorts, she makes all the crazy... Hold on, let me move out of the way so you can see her. Like, rah! Give me that. For some reason, she likes to bite all of her toys in the ass. She either gets them by the face or by the ass. It's very rare that she takes one by the leg or something. She's just pug snarls, exactly, yeah. Just right in the face or right in the ass. Vicious, vicious pug. Wednesday, the monkey hunter. Yeah, she's my co-host. She's my Ed McMahon. She's my Vanna White. That's what I get over there. So some sad news today. The only way to describe him is the architect of rock and roll. Little Richard once said that he's been called the architect of rock and roll. He doesn't call himself that, but he believed it to be true. And Little Richard passed away at the age of 87. And he is undeniable rock royalty, one of the first people to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 1986. Tutti Frutti, Lucille, Good Golly Miss Molly. I mean, it's Little Richard, right? So if we could all toast Little Richard, because it would be impossible to have rock and roll the way we know it now. Jimi Hendrix played guitar for him when he was 18. The Beatles toured with him. I mean, he's royalty. So to Little Richard, he was the one and only. And he is and will always be the architect of rock and roll. So we will miss you, Little Richard. Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for the legacy you left behind. I hope every musician from now forward earns the right to be considered in your company, because he was the one and only, right? What do you got, Wednesday? And then Roy Horn died. Like Siegfried and Roy Horn, the original Tiger King, he died from the coronavirus. Which, I mean, like, it wasn't bad enough getting attacked by your own tiger, and then what, 10 or 15 years later, he dies during a global pandemic. So Roy Horn is also gone. What are you doing? Do you want to come up? Come on. Come on, up here. Come here. It was also announced today or I believe yesterday actually, but I don't know if we talked about it last night because I was hitting the limoncello like it was my job, that the Boston Pops have canceled the 4th of July concert on the Esplanade. And also festivals and concerts and all of that stuff is canceled in the Commonwealth until September. What? I don't know what that means for concerts later on in the summer. So you're just going to have to go show by show, and then obviously keep your eyes on the websites and wherever you bought your tickets to find out what's going on. What? Do you want your monkey back? Come on, come up here. Come up here. Come up here and see everybody. Come up here and see everybody. You're making an awful lot of noise for a very small dog. Thank you. You want to just hang out? Do you want to turn around so you could show everybody your beautiful face? Or you could just walk on the back of the couch and knock the pillows off. However you want to do it. She's just dragging that monkey around. She loves it. She loves it. It has 6 squeakers that I'm going to be listening to constantly. The Patriots sent their semi to Chelsea to deliver 84,000 meals. So not only is the Patriots equipment truck been delivering PPE back and forth to New York and all around the city to all of the area hospitals, but also it's delivering meals, which is pretty amazing. So the Kraft family once again showing that they're just classy, you know, lending a hand where they can and utilizing the resources they have at their disposal, which is pretty awesome. The polar vortex is the excuse for the cold temperatures, and it is going to get below freezing tonight. So if you planted flowers and stuff in your pots outside like I did, you are going to need to bring them inside because they're probably going to die tonight. She's playing tug of war with me on the floor right now. If you don't bring them in. So that's what I did earlier today because I just bought all those flowers the other day, and now I don't want them to die outside. But depending on where you are, of course, north and west of the city, higher elevations, it's going to be even colder. And then once you get up into New Hampshire and Vermont and Maine, it'll be even colder. So bring your plants in. Okay, I wanted to talk about this because I'm ashamed at the fact that I didn't know she lived in Massachusetts. I didn't know her name. And so I wanted to make sure that we talked about her tonight in the War Room. A woman from Quincy, Massachusetts, named Mary Pratt passed away at the age of 101. Mary Pratt was an athlete. She was a phys ed teacher, and she was a pioneer, and she is one of the giants that women that have come after her have been standing on the shoulders of. You may not know her name, but you know her legacy. Mary Pratt was 101 years old. Mary Pratt, for 5 years, played in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. And Mary Pratt was the last remaining member of the Rockford Peaches. She actually was one of the athletes that you see portrayed in the movie A League of Their Own. She was a pitcher in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League from 1943 until 1947. And after she stopped playing professionally, she came back to Massachusetts. There go the pillows. And got her degree. And Gary says, Mary was amazing. I'm from Quincy, and we're very proud of her. I can't believe that I had never heard her story, but she was the last remaining member of the Rockford Peaches, and she was there when they opened the exhibit in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And she is one of those women that really showed what women are capable of. And I was really sad to hear. I've never met her. I didn't know anyone that knew her. I just read the article, and I felt really bad that one of those women was in our community and I didn't even know. And so I would love for us all to cheers to Mary and to her entire family, because like I said, there are a lot of women like myself that take pride in being strong and powerful and independent. And we learned that from women that came before us. And she is one of those women that showed us that it's okay to be different, and it's okay to be strong and powerful, and it's okay to do something that maybe people said you couldn't do, or something that had never been done before. And so for all the ladies, those are the women that we're standing on their shoulders. And so to Mary Pratt, who lived to be 101 years old, and to the Rockford Peaches, there's no crying in baseball. So cheers to Mary and to her family, and to an amazing life. Wednesday, what? I don't know what she's doing. What are you doing? Wednesday, do you want your new bone? This is the other present that she got in the post office box the other night. Do you want this? Come here. You want to chew it? Give her something to gnaw on for a while. Maybe she'll just come and hang out with us. Nope, she just took it and ran away. We'll see if she comes back or not. And also a reminder that the UFC 249 pay-per-view is on tonight. It's live from Jacksonville, Florida. There will be no crowd in the arena. The play-by-play announcers, including Joe Rogan, are all going to be at separate tables, but the fights are happening. So I guess it's one of the only sporting events besides the golf tournament that Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning and Tom Brady are going to be part of. There's not a lot of sports going around right now, so I guess if you're a UFC fan, you'll be able to watch some fighting tonight. I know one of the fighters that's going to be fighting tonight, Francis Ngannou. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. I got to meet him at the radio station, and we took a picture together. And he is a giant human being, just massive. And when I met him, he was really, really sweet. Shook my hand. We took a picture together. The belt was there. And I just remember standing there posing for this picture with him going, God, it would suck to get punched in the face by this guy. And he's fighting tonight. So NASCAR May 17th, says Kim. Well, it's pretty easy to social distance when you're driving cars. So there'll be a lot more NASCAR fans. Let's see. Yeah, NASCAR next Sunday, Dave is saying. Michelle says Major League Baseball is working it out. We'll have to see what happens with that. Marcy says NASCAR a sport, really? Hey, you know what? It's something. Be grateful that you'll have something to watch. He's a security guard at Durfee High School in Fall River. Jay, I believe it's pay-per-view. I could be wrong, but I believe I read today that UFC 249 is pay-per-view, but you should check that out. Found my t-shirt from the indoor beach party with Drowning Pool, says Ralph. That was a good show. That was a lot of fun. That was at the Songus Arena in Lowell, I believe. Do you think we will open up next Monday? Madeline wants to know. I don't think a full open. I think we're going to get the report, the advisory committee that the governor put together that has business owners and medical professionals, and the lieutenant governor and some other community leaders are supposed to release the report on May 18th with their recommendations on how to open back up Massachusetts for business. I think when they make those announcements, I would not expect that May 19th the switch is going to get flipped. I think that in the next week, they're going to be watching a lot of the other states that are opening things up this weekend and paying really close attention to infection rates and hospitalizations. I mean, looking at the numbers today, in the United States, there's 1,274,036 positive cases. There have been 77,034 fatalities. That's in the United States. In Massachusetts, there have been 76,743 confirmed cases. That is up 1,410 cases from yesterday. There have been 376,537 people tested overall in Massachusetts. And there have been 4,840 fatalities, which I believe is up 140 from yesterday, or I believe it's 140 from yesterday. So, we're still dealing with issues. So I would not expect that things are going to just open right back up again, especially if they've already canceled the 4th of July and they've already canceled the Feast of St. Anthony and some of the other big things that happen in the city over the summer. But I think that they're going to have a plan in place on when things are going to be able to open back up. They have to give businesses notice. They have to give restaurants and bars a chance to fill their inventory back up and to reconfigure the seating and to figure out, what their capacity is going to be, and to be able to plan their menus so that when they do open back up, if it's at a limited capacity, that they can be profitable. I think, for people that are in the service industry where they're going to find it very difficult to social distance, whether you're talking about spas or barbershops, hair salons, places like that, they're going to have to put recommendations and restrictions in place so that people will be safe. The chair that I told you guys I bought yesterday that came broken, I returned it to the store today. And while I was in there, this girl walked into the store past the 37 signs that said that she needed to be wearing a mask. And when she went to check out, they had to tell her, you have to have a mask on. And she pitched a fit. And everyone in the store who's uncomfortable breathing through their masks, like the cashiers, like me, like a bunch of other people, are just looking at this girl like, are you kidding me? And the store was gracious enough to give the woman a mask, the girl a mask. She was like 25 or something. They gave her a mask, and she checked out and gave the cashier absolute total attitude, and then just huffed and puffed and walked out. And it's like, have you not left the house? Have you not watched the news? Do you not know that every other person that you've come in contact with is wearing a mask? So Brianna says, did you get your Dunkies? Yes, I went to Dunks today. I have a rule that if I leave the house, that I try to make it as worthwhile as possible, to try and get whatever errands so that I leave the house as little as possible. I try to maybe leave the house once a week, at maybe twice a week if it's absolutely necessary. And when I leave the house, I allow myself to order it on the app, so I prepay, so there doesn't need to be any financial exchange with me and the cashier. I'm trying to be very respectful, but I did allow myself to get my iced coffee today, and it was heaven. It was just heaven. It's the little things that you really, it's the same thing. I remember before my trips overseas, or anytime I'm really going to travel outside of New England, when I go to the airport, I always go to Dunks at the gate. And then it's the first thing I do after I land. There's usually a Dunks at baggage claim or something. And I remember when I came home from Iraq and Afghanistan, all I wanted was the iced coffee from Dunks. And I took pictures of them at the gate before I left, and then took pictures with my iced coffee when I got home, because it was blueberry cobbler iced coffee, says Elsa. Yes, New England Coffee Roasters has this delicious coffee that is fantastic iced in the summer, and it's called blueberry cobbler, and I have some in my kitchen, and people have been tweeting pictures of the label because it's just funny. It's never not going to be funny. You see blueberry cobbler on the menu or printed somewhere or a sign, you just got to take the pictures and send them to me. And I can tell you that all of my guys that were in Afghanistan with me think it's hilarious as well. So Michelle says, we picked up a case of Hoppy for Wormtown. It was totally worth it. I have coffee with my wife every morning. It's the little things that you figure out after going overseas. Yeah, it's just the coffee, it's just the little things, the creature comforts of home. I worked for New England Coffee for 17 years, Malden base, says Melissa. Well, their blueberry cobbler coffee is delicious. Let me see. Kim says, I still don't know the blueberry cobbler joke. Okay. Are there a lot of people? Can you guys hit like on the thing if you have not heard the blueberry cobbler story? Should I take the 5 seconds and retell the story quickly so that everybody can get in on the joke? I hate to be repetitive with some of these stories, but I also don't want people to feel excluded here in the war room when they don't know a story. Okay, so there's a lot of people that are hitting like on there. Okay, so here's the blueberry cobbler story quickly. When I was in Afghanistan in 2011, I was based out of Camp Phoenix, which was in Kabul. And that is where the 182nd Infantry and the 26th MEB from the Massachusetts Army National Guard were centered. They were scattered around a lot of different bases all around Afghanistan, but I was embedded with the QRF platoon that was based out of Camp Phoenix. Now, Camp Phoenix was a massive base where there were troops from all over the world that were stationed. There were Bulgarians there were Canadians, Australians, there were people from all around the world that were there. And this base was massive. There was their own fire department. The SF guys had a compound on the other side of the base where they had a private range. There was a fuel place there. They had a giant chow hall. It was a really, really big base. And on that base was a marketplace where you could go and get electronics and different things. And then there was also a place where you could go and get massages. And I was told when I arrived that if you went and got a massage at the massage parlor and you asked for the blueberry cobbler, you got an Orchids of Asia special, if you know what I'm talking about. And all of the guys I was embedded with begged me to go and get a massage and ask for the blueberry cobbler because they were dying to know what I would get. And I didn't do it. And before I left, the massage parlor actually got raided by the MPs because of the blueberry cobbler. And so it has been a running joke with me and the guys that I was in Afghanistan with for years about the blueberry cobbler, especially with my producer, Mike, who was embedded with me. Blueberry cobbler has been a very long running joke. And every time he and I, since 2011, have seen blueberry cobbler somewhere, we've texted each other and sent pictures and a massage, says Eric, exactly. And so I told the story in the war room a few weeks ago, and blueberry cobbler now just shows up. And so if you see blueberry cobbler somewhere from now on, if you never heard that story before, you are going to think of blueberry cobbler very differently. But it has been a running joke with us now for 9 years, and it still makes us laugh. And now that you guys are all in on the joke, now you understand why we're always laughing about blueberry cobbler. Christina wants to know, did Robert Kraft ask for the blueberry cobbler? I don't know what they called it there. I just know that when I was in Afghanistan at the massage parlor on Camp Phoenix, they called it the blueberry cobbler. That's all I know. So there you go. There's the blueberry cobbler story. So I apologize for being repetitive to the people that heard me tell it before, but I also don't like when people get left out of the stories that we have here in the war room. Oh my God, that's ducking funny, says Michelle. I want blueberry cobbler. It's in the coffee. That's funny. Glad I finally understand. You have been initiated into the blueberry cobbler club, says Brianna. Yeah, exactly. You guys suck. I didn't realize that she was going to retell the story. I took off the headphones for a sec, grabbed a water bottle. And don't ever go for the Cheez-It, says Mickey. Exactly. Smashing the like button. Thank you very much. The military has the best desserts. Gracias. Nope, it never gets old, Philip. I totally agree. We are in the know now. Yes, you are, Patty. So you all know, you're all on the lookout now for the blueberry cobbler. So if you go anywhere and you see it, you got to let me know. Tag me in the pictures. Tweet it to me. My Twitter is at Mistress Carrie on Twitter. Instagram and Facebook is Mistress Carrie WAF, which I'm sure at some point I'll change, but I just haven't been able to right now. So make sure you send those to me. And also, if you're going to take selfies with me here in the war room, you got to make sure that you tag me in those as well. So, so there you go. Speaking of Oh, here she comes with her bone. What do you have? Is that your new bone? Do you love it so much? I wish I could take your picture right now because you look hilarious, but my phone is busy right now. But she's got that Nyla bone thing like in her teeth, and normally a regular dog bone would be far too big for her tiny little pug mouth, but that little bone like fits in her mouth perfectly, and she looks hilarious running around the house with it. Wednesday, what are you doing? Do you want the stingray? Or the monkey? So speaking of Afghanistan and Iraq, I wanted to show you guys the War Room artifact of the night. So if you're new to the War Room, this is the room where I keep all of my military stuff. I have pictures and all of the things from my family's service, things that I brought back from my trips, things that I've been gifted by friends in the military. And it's where the bar is, which is how we ended up cocktails in the War Room. And so every night I like to show you guys something that I have on the shelves or hanging on the walls or whatever. And so you talk about those 2 trips that I made. I was in Iraq in 2006 and Afghanistan in 2011, embedded as a journalist in both. And can I have that bone? She's just standing here teasing me. It's like she wants to show me that she has a bone that I can't have. What do you have? Can I have that? She's like, duck you, Mom. Okay, so anyway, when I got back from Iraq, they had an awards dinner when everybody got home in 2007. And when I was in Iraq before I came home in 2011, I was presented with an award that I am extremely proud of. I didn't know that it even existed, but I looked it up and did some research on it after I was given it the first time. It's called the Commander's Award for Public Service. It is the 4th highest civilian award that is given by the military. And I've been honored to receive it twice for each of my trips overseas. And I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. I wear it from time to time when I go to military functions and whatnot. And I've actually had people see me wearing either the ribbon or the pin or the medal and be like, stolen valor, you're not supposed to wear awards that you didn't earn, because they don't know that this is a civilian award, because a lot of people don't know that they have them for civilians as well. I did not know that. And so I wear it every now and again, and when the situation warrants it. And I'm very proud of it. So I have 2 of them. When I wear them, I wear one with an oak leaf cluster to show that I've received it twice. But I keep the cases with the medals that they gave to me on the shelf in the War Room. So when people come, and usually what I do is I showed you guys the embedded journalist IDs that I got from my trips. I keep those tucked in here with the awards from the 2 trips, so that when people go and look at them and ask me where they're from, and you can look the award up. Again, it's called the Commander's Award for Public Service, and the commanding generals gave them to me when I got home from Iraq, and then right before I left Afghanistan. We got them. My producers got them as well. So I'm very proud of them. And for someone that was not able to serve in the military but comes from a very proud military and first responder family, it was incredibly humbling for a civilian like me, especially a female journalist, to be given something that is so meaningful and powerful and just lovely. So I love having them, and I wanted to tell you guys about them because there are instances where the military does give awards to civilians, and you might not even know that they existed, and you might not know what they looked like. And obviously they're very representative of different medals that branches of the armed services wear. But as anyone in the military will be able to tell you, that each pattern of the ribbons identifies something else. And so you may not have ever seen the green and white stripes, but that's the Commander's Award for Public Service. So Wednesday, what are you doing? This is the bone that she's been chewing. Do you want to come up here and get it? Come here. Come up on the couch and get it. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to get her to come back up on the couch, but come on, come up here. Come on. I want to say hello to a bunch of my friends that are down in North Carolina. They are enjoying their cocktails with me in the war room right now. Wednesday, I'm trying to host a show. Do you want to come up and be part of the show? Come on. Come here. Come over here. You don't have to cry. You can come and hang out with me. And they were trying to give me the recipe of a drink called a wine slush. And no one that was there was able to give me an accurate description of the drink recipe. So I'm going to have to pick something else out of the New American Bartender's Handbook. And maybe I'll be able to get an accurate description of the recipe for what a wine slush is down in North Carolina. But I have no idea. So this one I had also never heard of. We talked about the Long Island iced tea and then the New England iced tea. There's also a drink called a Boston Bullet. Did you guys know this? I had never heard this before. There are two recipes. There's Boston Bullet and then Boston Bullet alternate recipes. The Boston Bullet is 2 ounces of chilled dry gin, spray of a Noilly Prat from an atomizer. What is that? Can a bartender please chip in here? What is a Noilly Prat from an atomizer? I have no idea. An olive stuffed with an almond to garnish. Spray a chilled martini glass with the Noilly Prat and then add the gin and add the olive stuffed with the almond and serve. And that is called a Boston Bullet. Did you guys even know that that was a thing? The alternate drink recipe for the Boston Bullet: 2 ounces of chilled vodka, the spray of the Noilly Prat from an atomizer, and an olive stuffed with an almond to garnish. Spray the chilled martini glass with the Noilly Prat, then add the vodka, add the olive, and serve. Can you guys Google this for me and tell me what the hell this is? It's spelled Noilly. I believe I'm pronouncing it right, Noilly. And then Prat, P-R-A-T, from an atomizer. What is an eye of newt, says somebody. Yeah, it sounds like pot in my drink. An atomizer? I know, I don't understand. Sounds like, oh, were we all out of that? An olive with an almond. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that didn't know what the hell this thing was. That's what we come up with for Boston. I know, it's called a Boston Bullet, and it's either made with gin or it's made with vodka, and it's got where do you even get an olive stuffed with a freaking almond? Do they sell those, or do they got some poor bastard behind the bar somewhere trying to stuff olives with almonds? Must be Boston, UK. You know what? It's very possible. But did anybody look up Noilly Prat? It's vermouth. Is that what it is? It's a French vermouth. So you're spraying French vermouth from an atomizer into the martini glass and then filling it with chilled dry gin or chilled vodka and then garnishing it with an almond stuffed olive. Alien drink. That's what it says. It's a cocktail invented at Hogwarts, says Will. Noilly Prat is vermouth. Thank you guys for looking that up. I have no idea. Nipple clamp. What? Sean, what is wrong with you? Yes, they sell them at the grocery store, says Monica. They sell almond stuffed olives at the grocery store? Whoever came up with that has never been to Boston, says Brianna, unless it's Boston, UK. Olive stuffed with an almond sounds like something Kay Flay would drink. The atomizer is a sprayer. So you're spraying the martini glass with French vermouth. Do you see her eating that bone back there? She's just chilling. She's in her own little world back there. She doesn't give an F about the Boston Bullet. She just doesn't care. There's nothing good about this drink, says Bridget. I completely agree. Sounds like what your dog is licking. Yeah, she's gnawing on that bone back there. I'll stick to the sangria, thanks. Can I have a Moscow Mule? Yes, I would rather have that. Noilly Pratt, vermouth. Who knew? We learned something new. See, this is an educational program. It might not be family friendly all the time, like last night when I went off, but it's a drink that will go well with blueberry cobbler. See, Kim, you've only known the story for 5 minutes and you're already in on the references. I am very proud of you. Eric says, that's it. There are no more rules. I know, seriously. Lisa says Wednesday has the life. Seriously, she totally does. She's just chilling. She gets toys sent to her from lovely people. She has a fan club that's growing on Instagram every day. Right, Wednesday? She doesn't give a duck what anybody else is doing. She's just chilling. I don't know. Let's see. It could be a great insult, said Suzanne. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just thought it was really strange, and I'm glad when I see something like that in a book like this, and I'm like, that's really strange that you guys agree with me, because then it makes me feel like I'm not so crazy. So thank you guys for making me feel somewhat normal. I keep my Noilly Pratt next to the Cheez-It, says Mickey. Never go for the Cheez-It. Never, ever, ever go for the Cheez-It. And that's not a statement against Cheez-Its if you missed the story. I love me some Cheez-Its, but just, you never go for the Cheez-It. You know what I'm talking about. Don't be such a Noilly Pratt. Yeah, see? It sounds like that. It totally does. It totally does. That's what she's going to be doing the rest of the night. So thank you for all the wonderful gifts that you guys have been sending her to the P.O. box because, as you can tell, she loves all of them. She loves toys, and new toys are great. Karina wants to know what the arm tattoo is. I thought I told you guys in a previous Cocktails in the War Room, but it is, well, the border is skydiving closing pins. And then the tattoo itself, yes, it goes all the way around, is a tribute tattoo for my grandfather, who was a radio operator in World War II in Korea in the Navy. And it is Morse code. But instead of dots and dashes, it's suns and moons. And it's a tribute to my grandfather and his career in the military and his position as a RM2 or radio operator. So it's a tribute to my papa. This is repeat story night, says Kim. I know. Well, if you guys are missing stories, I don't want you to get left behind. Sometimes we got to slow down and let everybody else catch up. So you could have been new to the War Room, or you missed it that night, or whatever it is. But Pam says it's snowing again. Great. Becky says newbies got to catch up. You know the rule of the War Room. Everybody's welcome. So if we got to slow down every once in a while and let everybody catch up, then we just got to do it. So I appreciate you guys not getting annoyed by my repetitiveness. Cheers to him. Thank you very much, Stephen. Will says Groundhog Day. Yeah, I know. It feels like that. It's like, here we are again, 8:30. Well, almost 9:30 now, hanging out in the War Room, listening to my ticking clocks on the wall, watching Wednesday, knock the pillows off my couch. It's like, wait, what day was that? Oh, wait, it was every day. And today is what? Number 57. 57 nights in a row we have spent time together here in the War Room. Sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's a half hour, sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's longer. We just never know. It depends on how the day's going to be. But I appreciate you guys putting up with my ranting and my venting last night. I think everybody can kind of appreciate and understand that some days you wake up and it's a good day, and then some days you wake up and it's a bad day. And yesterday was a bad day, and today was a good day. So I appreciate you guys being here for the bad days and the good days. Somebody just asked for a war room tour. I can't walk around and show you everything that's in here. There are a lot of family pictures and artifacts that I've been given that I may or may not am supposed to have. And there are some photographs of some people that can't have their pictures on the internet. I'm blessed to have some amazing friends that are still active in the military in different areas of service, and so I have to protect all of that as well. So that's why every night I show you guys something different from the war room, and I can show you parts of the war room, but there's pictures and some different things in here that I am not allowed to show on the interwebs. And I have to just try as best I can to protect that kind of stuff because like I said, there's a lot of people that have been in the war room that have given me things that are still active. So we'll call those things classified here in the war room. And maybe someday they'll be declassified, and otherwise they will just be our secrets, I guess. But I love the fact that you guys are curious about some of the stuff that I have in here. And I've got quite a weird, strange, and eclectic collection of things. Not only hanging on the walls, but on the shelves and tucked into the little cubbies. What's she doing back there? Is she doing something weird back there? What's going on? Wednesday, what are you doing? She's gnawing on that bone. She's loving it. Okay, maybe she'll show you how funny she is. Sometimes she carries the bone around by the end and it looks like she's got a stogie sticking out of her mouth, and it's kind of hilarious. And for some reason, when she chews bone, she likes to have her butt in the air. It's another weird thing about her. I don't understand. But Wednesday, do you know that we're talking about you? Do you know that? Everybody right there is just watching you right now. She doesn't care. See, the CIA over there, says Stephen. Well, you know, I gotta have a little bit of personal privacy. Thank you very much, Jen. I gotta protect the names, and places have been changed to protect the innocent, or whatever they say. I gotta. Are you avoiding my question purposefully? Scratch your nose if yes. Wait, I didn't hear your original question, Brianna, so I don't know if I'm avoiding it on purpose or not. I have not. I have not seen anything like this. My grandpa would love you for it, says Monica. Are you talking about the war room? There are some people that I know that are veterans that have got a war room that puts mine to shame. My friend Andy Biggio is one of those people that started the Boston Wounded Vet Run. His war room is impressive. He gave me a tour of it last fall, I think. And wait, Roger says Dr. Fauci is quarantined after virus exposure. Is that true? There have been a couple of people, the personal assistant of Ivanka Trump, the press secretary for the vice president, and one of the valets for the president have all tested positive for the virus. So there is definitely some exposure going around the West Wing for sure. But I had not heard that about Dr. Fauci. So if he is in fact quarantined, Dr. Fauci, we love you. So be safe. Thanks for sharing Wednesday with us. I need a puppy in my life. You're very welcome, Michelle. I don't know if that Dr. Fauci story is true or not. I'm just reading it in the comments. So if it's true, it's horrible. And if it's not true, you've lied to me. Jen says, my husband just said yes. Well, there you go then. Wednesday, you almost ready to go? Do you want to go snuggle? Do you want to go lay on the couch and snuggle in the blankie? See, you guys all like her when she's like this. But when she shits on the floor, you guys aren't around to clean it up. I'm just saying. Doesn't happen often, but every once in a while it does. Especially if I'm in here in the war room with you guys and I didn't take her out before we start. She punishes me. Don't F with the Fauci. Exactly. Exactly. All right, guys. I'm going to take my little snuggle bug and we're going to go curl up in a blanket in front of the wood stove and snuggle on the couch and watch some boob tube because Karen says Channel 7 reported the Fauci story. So if it's hitting the news now, it's hitting the news now. So Dr. Fauci, we love you. To everyone else, thank you guys for the social tonight. Make sure that if you took selfies with me that you're tagging me in them online. Twitter at Mistress Carrie, Instagram Mistress Carrie WAF. You can find that little nugget over there, Wednesday the Goth Pug on Instagram. And where's the balloon? It's down there. It's like, hold on, I'll show you. It's still there, her little birthday balloon. It was a lot of hard work to blow that thing up. I'm not getting rid of it. So you guys stay safe. Try not to freeze to death tonight. Make sure you take your plants in. And please do not forget that tomorrow is Mother's Day. So we will do a special Mother's Day cocktails in the war room. I'll meet you guys right back here tomorrow night at 8:30. To all of the healthcare workers, to everybody on the front lines of this virus, to the first responders, the National Guard that's out there kicking ass, to the truck drivers and everyone working in the stores, and everyone that is essential, that is keeping this machine running for the rest of us. Thank you all very much. To all of my other shut-ins that are trying to just stay the hell out of the way, cheers to you guys too. And happy birthday, Eddie. Happy birthday. All right, guys. Good night from my co-host. Say goodnight, Wednesday. I feel like George Burns. Say goodnight, Gracie. She's just going to eat the bone. All right. Good night, guys. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe and healthy. Don't lick anything weird. And wash your damn hands.